Hey guys, it's MrCrayfish and welcome back to another add-on tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create a unicorn. Now this is not super duper crazy like the chicken guard, which has a ton of custom behaviors. This one's more about doing a retexture, adding some extra components to the models, and then also just manipulating a little bit of behavior to make it a little bit better. But let's go ahead and I'm going to quickly show you guys what we're actually creating so you guys get an idea. So let's go ahead, create a new world here. Won't worry too much about this. Make it flat. And let's go to behavior packs here and let's add on the unicorns behavior pack, which is what we're going to be creating today. So let's create here. Then let's go ahead and let's get out a horse here. So when we actually spawn in a horse now, it's going to be a unicorn. Now there is still the odd this kind of texture here one, but the main, there's already one naturally spawned over there. But as you can see, they've got rainbow stripes. They've got their horn at the top here. You can also again tame them, so you just right click on them, tame them. They are faster than normal horses as well, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead, let's get out a saddle. We're going to make sure we tame this first. Have we tamed it? Oh, we've tamed it already. So as you can see, we've tamed it now. Let's go into third person view here. They are pretty quick now. This is just a normal thing in Windows 10 where it actually like glitches out a little bit. Not really too much I can do about that, but how cool does it look? I just love the rainbow stripes on it. If we jump here, they can jump pretty high. All the unicorns jump. Their jump variables and their speed variables are all pretty much the same. They're not as varied as normal horses are. So let's go ahead now and let's start getting into this. So let's quit the game here, and then you're going to need to head over to your game data folder. Now if you don't know where this is, make sure you go ahead and check out my first video. Now what we're actually going to do is go back to our game here, create a new world, and what we're going to do is apply our template pack. Now if you don't know what the template pack is, it's basically a bare bone behavior pack that we use for all these tutorials. If you don't know how to create it, I'll put a card up on the screen right now. Click on that and then that will show you guys how to create that template pack. Let's go to behavior packs here, click on template, add that to it. Just make sure everything's all good here. Make it a flat world. Then create that. And pretty much what that does is it copies that template behavior pack into the world folder, which is where we'll start creating the unicorns from. So if we go into Minecraft worlds here, make sure it's ordered by date modified and the most recent here. So this is the one we just created. If we go into behavior packs here, you'll see that we got the template pack, and same with the resource packs here. We got the template resource pack there. So the first thing that we are going to do is change all the textures around. So we're going to go into the resource packs here, go into template. We're going to create a new folder called textures. Inside textures, create a new folder called horse. I think that's horse. We'll double check it later on. Then let's go back to our game data folder here, and we're going to go to the vanilla pack. Go to client, textures. We got to add an extra folder. We actually got to add entity to it. Entity, horse, and then the ones we want to copy out is all the ones that have horse pre-appended to it. So horse black, horse brown, horse chestnut, creamy, dark brown, grey, and then also white here. We're going to copy that and go back to our world folder here. We're just going to create an extra folder here called entity and then put horse inside of that. That was just a slight mistake. So entity, horse, and then paste all those in. Now what you want to do is open up all these with your favorite editing program. I personally use paint.net over here, so I'm going to open them. Let's just open up paint.net first, and then we'll just go ahead, drag all those files into paint.net here, open each image. Then we're just going to start by editing the white horse here. So go to the white horse texture, you might have been like on the brown one, go to the white one here. And then the things that you want to edit here, now I'm not going to be editing the texture in this video, but here is the mane of the horse, so that's where you can edit the hair that's on the horse. These two pieces here are for the tail of the horse, or these three pieces here are for the tail of the horse. These are the legs, these are the hoofs, this is the body of the horse, the mouth, the head, and then I think that's around the eyes and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the texture that I created before. Resource packs, unicorns, textures, entity, horse, and I'm going to open this up. So as you can see, I've edited the mane of the horse here to have like a rainbow texture. I've edited the tail to have a rainbow texture. All those three components there are part of the tail, so they all have a rainbow texture. And those are the only two things that I've done with it. So basically, once you've created your white horse texture, you want to go ahead and copy all that, and then go into each of the horse textures and paste them in, and then go ahead and save. We'll do it for our white one as well. So do that for each of them, save over them, because we pretty much want everything to be a unicorn, otherwise we would have other horses that have horns on them, which normally a unicorn is like white, so we want to make every single horse in the game white. So now that we've done that and we've changed all the textures around, we can go ahead, close the program now, and the next thing that we're going to do is create the horn, and let's just go ahead and let's just test this out to make sure that the textures have changed. If they haven't, you probably want to go back and see if you've done everything right. So let's quit first so we can reload the resource pack. It looks like the textures have changed, which is a good sign. So the next thing that we're going to do is actually add the horn onto the horse there, or the unicorn actually, onto its head there, which is actually pretty simple. So what we're going to do is go back to our game data folder and go to our vanilla texture pack here, go to client, and then what you want to do is copy this models folder, go back to our world, resource packs, template, and then paste this in here where we've got the texture folder as well. Go into models, open up mobs.json. Then we want to locate the horse, so we can do Control F and then just type in horse here. Find next, and then now we've got the geometry for the horse. We want to go through the bones array here until we find the head. So that's body, tail, 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 leg, 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 leg. Okay, let's just keep scrolling. Here we go. So here is the head bone. So here we can see in the head that we've got an array here called cubes, and this has, you can basically add in extra cubes onto the head here. So this is the normal one. We want to add in 2 extra, so that's going to be kind of the base of the horn, and then that's, whoops, comma there, and this is going to be the extra kind of point to it, because we want to make it a bit pointy. We don't want it just a cube, we want it to look a bit more pointy, so we have 2 different cubes here. So the first thing that we're going to do is change around the size. So as you can see, we've got a size here. We're going to start with something small. So right now it's a 5 wide by 5 tall by 7 long. That in those units are pixels. So we might do here 1.5 pixels. and then also here on the Z, and then the height, we might just leave that as 5 there because we want it to be a decently long horn. Then here, what we're going to do is change that to something a little bit smaller, so maybe 1.2 pixels. 1.2. Now you can choose whatever size you want. This is what I'm just doing, but hopefully this will help you out. Now, as you can see, this previous cube here, the Y origin is 25, then the height goes up 5. So we want to start the origin of this bone at the origin of this plus 5. So we want to add 5 onto here, so that'll be 30. Then the same here, we want to change the origin to the one above, so this is 30 plus 5, so we're going to start here at 35. Go ahead and save that. And let's go ahead and let's see if that has been added, and it should have, so load up your world. And it's looking a little bit silly now, but as you can see, the horns have been added, kind of. But let's go ahead and let's fix that up and center it in the center of the head. So centering it is actually quite easy. So here what we've actually got to do is make it half this X origin here, half of this size here, and make it negative. So as you can see here, the origin here is negative 2.5, so 2.5 is half of 5, and then we just make it negative. So let's do that to this. So half of 1.5 is 0.75, and then it's already negative, so don't worry about that. Half of 1.2 is 0.6, then it's negative. So if we save that, reload our world here, as you can see, it is now dead center in the horse's head. Now we want to move it up a little bit as well, because obviously it should be more higher up where near the neck is. So we'll go back into here, and we just need to adjust the Z value here. So let's just have a look at how many pixels roughly. I would say it's very hard to see it while the horse is moving. Maybe 4 pixels. We'll try 4 pixels. So we're going to add 4 pixels onto the Z origin here. So that will then become 7, and then same here, 7. Save that. Reload the world. Oh, and that's like right at the top there. That's kind of a good position. I think I might move it a little bit down just so it's not touching the ears exactly. So maybe half a pixel we'll add onto here. We'll take away from it. So this will now become just negative 8.0, and then same here. Now, one thing that I know is not right is that this second bone isn't in the center of this bone. It's kind of on one edge. It will be very hard to see out in this video because it's kind of a little, what's the word? Oops, not create, don't create a new world. It's a very minuscule detail on there, but as you can, you might be able to see it ever so slightly, but as you can see, the top horn is more going towards the bottom of that bottom horn there. But what we can do is add on to this. What you need to do is find the absolute difference between this value and this value here. So 0.75 take 0.6 is 0.15. Then what you need to do is half that value, so 0.075, and add that to the origin of this one here. So we need to add 0.075 to this value here. So this is now going to become 7.925. So again, it is whatever the absolute difference of this is. So 0.15 is the difference between these two values here. Half that, and then add it to the Z origin of the second bone. I'm just explaining that again, so in case you guys have different sizes, that's kind of the formula that you want to use to center it on the horn here. So if we take a look here, can we get a good look? Trying to keeps moving. Is that right, or is it actually? It doesn't look like it's absolutely dead centered. Maybe it's maybe it is actually. Maybe we'll take another 7.5 off that, because that doesn't seem to be actually centered. So this will become 8.5 now. Once we take another 0.075 off that. Let's go ahead and see if that's centered properly now. That looks like it is perfect now. So it seems like you're actually just going to take the difference between this, so it's 0.15, then take it off, or add it to the Z origin of the second bone here on the head, or the second part of the horn, I mean. Now that we've added the horn, what we're going to do now is add in, oh actually we're going to fix up the UVs. So specifically, probably you want to use this, so 44 and 33. Now where that is pointing to on the texture is, hold up, let's get rid of that. Texture, entity, horse, just open up one here, oops. That is simply just pointing to this position on the texture map here, so we're just using this as the horn. Didn't really go into, like, I didn't really want to specify like a new kind of texture in the file, so once we've done that, save it, reload it, and as you can see the horn is now completely white, and that is what we want. Now we're going to add some quick extra behavior properties to the unicorn, so it just seems like a bit better than a normal horse. So instead, go back here to our, where we've got the resource and behavior packs folder in our world folder, go to behavior packs, template, then we're going to create a new folder here called, I think, entities. Let's just double check that. So we're going to go to our vanilla server, entities, and then what we're going to do is actually copy this horse.json. So copy that, go back to our world folder, behavior packs, template, entities, paste the horse file in. We're going to edit that, and then we're just going to do a couple of things here. You can pretty much play around. I didn't decide to go for anything super crazy with editing the behavior, but a couple of things that we're going to do is scroll down until you find where is it? Here, jump strength. So we're pretty much going to make unicorns always powerful, so we're just going to put the min up to 1, the same with the max there. Here we're going to change the movement around, so the maximum movement speed is going to be 0.4 and the min is going to be 0.3. So there will be some little differences between some unicorns, but they're always going to be relatively fast. The horse here, the health, we're going to jump that up to 60, and then maybe the min is going to be 30. So relatively, they're going to be pretty strong creatures. Now, one thing I wasn't able to do is make it so it has no fall damage. I looked in the chicken and added its behavior here called fall damage, but that some reason doesn't have any effect on the horse at all, so unfortunately I couldn't add that. Otherwise I would make this jump strength like super duper high, but if you do that you'll actually take fall damage, which is kind of sucks. It's this whole add-on thing is still in a like really early stages, but it's kind of, I wish it was a little bit more like they put it off to be like some big thing, but it wasn't really, to be honest. So you can go ahead and play with other values around in this file here. You'll probably find like there's things like here healable, which you can specify items and how much they heal to the horse. Maybe you want to heal it up. We could remove like this stuff like panic, so it does, when you hit the horse it doesn't run around everywhere. Float there, don't worry about that one. We might not make it look at the player anymore. We'll get rid of that. We kind of want them to just be themselves and ignore players all the time. Let's have a look. Health, movement, collision box. You could scale it up if you want. So there's a behavior here called scale, which might be, if you look in the chicken actually, at the top here, there's a behavior called scale. So copy that out and then you can maybe make it a giant horse. But that would also mean changing the collision box as well. But anyway, regardless, let's go back here, reload the world, and let's go ahead and let's see if we can tame the unicorn here. Actually, we need to do a new horse because that's got old properties on it, not updated when we did that behavior there. Oh, and it looks like we got it first shot. Let's go ahead and get a saddle out, and let's put that on the horse. And now, whoo, it's pretty quick. So you can change the speed, you can make it even faster if you really wanted to. Yeah, the jump height is pretty amazing on it already, which is awesome. But just how cool is it? It's just riding a unicorn instead of just a normal horse. It just looks cooler. Woo! Now the last thing that we've got to do, and this is something that you do at the end of every single one of these tutorials that we do, and that is update the pack IDs. So we use a tool called UUID generator, and UUIDgenerator.net. Go over to bulk version 4 UUID generation, pop in 4 and generate that. We're going to copy this first one here, then start at our behavior packs here, go to your template, and then open up the pack manifest. So remember, this is still in the world folder, so just so you guys know, so the world folder, behavior packs, then your template folder. Open up pack manifest and then paste that first UUID up here. We'll get the second one, paste that into this UUID here, get the third one, paste that here, then go ahead, and what we're going to do is go back to our world folder, get a resource packs, template, this pack manifest. We've still got that third one copied. What we want to do is paste that into this here, and then this fourth one, simply paste it up here. You'll also want to rename everything, so you change template here to whatever the pack is called, so majestic unicorns or something like that. Change the descriptions around, and same for the resource pack manifest as well. Change the name and the version or whatever you want to do. This is just a tutorial, just showing you guys how to add it, not really talking about all this extra stuff. But that is going to be it today, guys. Hopefully you learned how to create the unicorn today. It was much more simpler, but it's a cool little addition and more of a basic tutorial for you guys. Where did my unicorn go? Oh, is this? This is a different world. Whoops. Now, if you enjoyed this tutorial today, make sure you go ahead and snap that like button. I appreciate it a lot and shows your support. This channel is definitely getting kind of a bit of a community going. I've now started command block tutorials on this channel, and there's going to be more of those as well in the future because, I don't know, they just seem fun, and it's cool kind of adding extra functionalities to Minecraft using vanilla features, which is pretty cool. I wish there was command blocks in this version. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all these new tutorials, and I will see. But that's it. I will see you guys later. Bye.